What is up, Rockers of the Rock Nation? This is your fellow Rocker X, Rockerman X here. And, excuse me, just took a drink. Okay, I went down the wrong way. Shit. Oh, shit, sorry about that. But anyway, I'm here. It's a Saturday. I haven't really been posting that much videos lately in the past couple weeks. All because, well, again, no Raw or SmackDown reviews. But I missed Raw and SmackDown last week, so couldn't talk about the product that happened. But this week, I can talk about something, at least. So I did watch Raw, and I caught like the last half of SmackDown. But, yeah. In this video, which will probably be like this up until TLC, which I will have an announcement later about TLC. Well, not really an announcement, it's a possibility if I can get and draw interest in it. But anyway, this video is me going to talk about this week's product and how I feel about it. This video is probably going to be short, but oh well. But really, this week's product to me was pretty good. I mean, overall, I would give it. I'm trying to think of a reasonable thing in my head, but probably end up giving it maybe a 4, maybe 4.5 stars out of 5, maybe 3.5 out of 5. It just depends. But maybe that's because there's not really much that I'm interested in right now, but I will still watch it. Because, don't get me wrong, Monday Night Raw tag team turmoil match was a great match to have, even though I don't see what I call tag team turmoil. It was more like a gauntlet match, technically. Except, in a way. But anyway, my point taken, though, is what I'm trying to say is I enjoyed this week's product. That's a good way of putting it. Maybe I'll start watching TNA more and do TNA stuff, but I doubt it, because TNA really haven't been interested in it for a while now. But I'm trying to think here what to actually talk about. Oh, really, like I said, there's nothing that much that I was interested in this week, because, you know, the Authority's gone, which is one of my favorite parts about Raw and SmackDown stuff like that. It was the Authority, but I'm still surprised Sting hasn't made some kind of appearance yet. I mean, yeah, from what I've heard, Sting is on a 6 appearance contract, from what I've heard. So of course, freaking Survivor Series is one, and like I said, the whole rumor thing around him facing Triple H at WrestleMania. There's 2 right there, so there's 4 more left, and yeah. But you figured Sting would have at least made some kind of appearance stating why he did it or whatever, but you know it's probably not going to happen. But also, in a way, the one thing I don't like, the main thing that I'm really looking forward to at TLC, and this is the main reason why I've been watching it a lot, trying to catch up and watch, is for some reason I'm out of all the matches on the match card, even for me not liking Cena, with that tables match against Seth Rollins and him not being no more contender if he loses, even that doesn't interest me, because we've seen Seth Rollins and John Cena face off so many times. It's not fresh. I mean, yeah, I don't know if we've seen him face off in a tables match before. We might have. I don't remember. It's just you see him face off those so many times, even with that one stipulation. It's just not fresh, if you ask me. But we have the first ever stairs match there, which tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. But I find that interesting, and I kind of want to see how that works out. But really, throughout this week, last week from what I've heard, and this week too, it's turning into the Authority versus, or Team Authority versus Team Cena, or as I call them, Team Ziggler, since Ziggler did basically defeat the Authority single-handedly, other than with the help from Sting. But, yeah. It's basically just the Team Authority versus Team Cena / Ziggler again, but instead of the 5-on-5 match, it's singles matches. And I gotta get a drink, but it's just, I like it, don't get me wrong. To me, it just seems bland, but as one of my friends said that I talked to about it last night, they said, and I kind of agree with this, that you're trying to get everybody's gimmicks, whether they're face or heel situated. For now, because again, Eric Rowan, he didn't really compete for a while until, of course, he was with Team Cena. Of course, we now know he's face. Luke Harper being another part of the Wyatt, being another third of the Wyatt family. He's obviously going to be some kind of heel, from what I can tell. And Bray Wyatt. I'm just speaking on the Wyatt family right now. And Bray Wyatt, of course, he's obviously heel as well. It's just people cheer him. And I like Bray Wyatt. Like I said, he's like the new age Undertaker for creepiness. But, like I said, to me, it just seems like I can't even talk right now. It just, like I said, to me, it just seems like it's the Authority versus Team Cena instead of Ziggler instead of individual matches instead of, like, the whole 5-on-5 match. Rusev, I don't know where he's going to play a part in that. If not, then oh well. Because, of course, I'm pretty sure he's in a rivalry of Swagger, which isn't really surprising because, of course, because Rusev is the champion, is the U.S. champion. Ziggler is an All-American, or he was an All-American in high school, whatever. He was also, I don't know what you would call it. He's also a real American, we the people, all that. Don't get me wrong, I like Ziggler, but again, that's a feud we've seen before, but it hasn't been taken to this level. And also, though, other than really, as I said, seeing where everything's going with how people are situated, how everything goes, there's really only there's only one match that I'm looking forward to at TLC, at least, unless more are announced. But the main thing that I'm actually looking forward to is, well, I'll skip that for a second, but I'll also say this too. The New Day, when I first seen him, I love the New Day is actually a pretty good stable. Because, of course, Kofi and Big E are the tag team, and, of course, Xavier Woods is basically the manager. I actually like him. I kind of want to see him excel. I mean, I liked Kofi, Big E. I like Big E, at least to some extent. Xavier Woods, I can say I liked him, and I do a little bit, but not by much. But my point in me saying this, is just because, well, from what I've seen and from what my friends talk to me about, because I talk to my friends about wrestling constantly, at least some of them anyway. From what we was referring to and talking about, from what we could tell, as much as I wanted New Day to win the tag team turmoil match on Raw instead of the Usos, because the Usos getting another chance at the gold again. Who wants to see the Usos champion again after they held it for like 6 months in a row? Now, I don't think they're going to win it because, of course, Miz and Mizdow. But, as I was saying, though, the New Day, from what I can tell, they're going to start a rivalry Stardust and Goldust. Kind of interesting to see where that goes. Because you got the New Day, the new group, and you have Stardust and Goldust, technically one of the newer tag teams out of the 5 now they have. Well, let's see, Usos, Miz and Mizdow, Wyatt family isn't tag team anymore. But, well, I'm just trying to figure this out. Los Matadores, which don't compete that much. Miz and Mizdow, the Usos, Stardust and Goldust, a New Day, and there's one more. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Now they have 6. So at least they're starting to get more tag teams, but I don't feel like... I mean, yeah, I like Kidd, I like Cesaro. Cesaro as a wrestler and stuff like that. Talented, stuff like that. And Tyson Kidd, I like him just because he's part of the Hart Dynasty stuff. Or not Hart, yeah. But I don't think they make a good tag team. I don't care what people say. I think it just was a random tag team WWE decided to put together. There's no build-up story behind it, as far as I know. It just, to me, the tag team makes no sense at all. Because I see Cesaro more as a singles competitor, as well as Kidd more as a singles competitor. At least in today's state of WWE. But at least they have more tag teams. I kind of like that, but still. But now back after that, and in the New Day, I can see them excelling. I actually can. But from this point on, there's one TLC match out of all of them that has been announced that I'm more so looking forward to than any of the other ones. Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. And as I'm by it, like I said before, Bray Wyatt, I like him. New Age Undertaker, creepy. I like creepy gimmicks. So there you go, because that's on like my calls and like WWE and stuff like that. I try to make him like a creepy gimmick per se, you know, or at least face wise, to try to make him creepy. Doesn't make any sense, but. And then with Dean Ambrose, I didn't like. Well, actually, yeah, Dean Ambrose, I didn't like him in the Shield. And speaking of Shield, I'll get to something more on that later. Dean Ambrose, I didn't like him that much in the Shield. I never really liked the Shield that much, per se. They were never my favorite stable when they were together. But, something I was going to say. But Dean Ambrose, as of lately, I've been drinking too much, but Dean Ambrose, as of lately, has been impressing me. He really, for some reason, I don't know why. And yes, I know I'm turning my chair around a lot. But for some reason, Dean Ambrose has kind of been impressing me a little bit, if not a lot. Because his style right now, the brawler style, I always like brawlers as well. Like Triple H is kind of a brawler. Dean Ambrose is a brawler. There's other brawlers in the thing. Speaking of Triple H, we get to something else here later too. But I'm starting to like. I mean, of course, Dean Ambrose. He's from my home state. I like what he's doing. Just for Brawler State, he's going extreme, and all that. And this feud with him and Bray's picking up pretty good. It's the boost shit needs right now because they're doing some pretty extreme shit. Both of them are. I mean, last night on SmackDown, Bray Wyatt took the steel chair up on Dean Ambrose's neck, slammed the legs of the chair into the steel ring steps. I'm pretty sure that would hurt like a motherfucker. Bray just sitting there in the corner creepily, and then he comes over and attacks him for a little bit where the referees pull him off. And I kind of wish the referees would stop pulling people off each other. I just want to see people out brawl right now too, especially when the referees want to randomly get involved like that. But yeah, just the way the build-up is for them, the way both of them work together. And I'm still, no matter if Dean Ambrose isn't impressing me, I like Bray Wyatt. I'm kind of on Bray Wyatt's side with this feud. I mean, I'm in between, but I'm on Bray Wyatt's side for the most part. And like I said, speaking of the Shield, I don't like right now. Yes, I've said before, Noble and Mercury, aka Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. I liked them back when they was themselves, not really now as J&J Security. I keep drinking, but I liked them back when they was themselves, before they were J&J Security with Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins, I can see him being the next Punk. And ironically, he looks like CM Punk too. At least to some extent. But just, I think I gotta word this a little bit. I hate when you can't think of words, but it's just J&J Security. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea. It's just right now, Noble and Mercury don't fit WWE as any form of competitor, as they have been fighting sometimes lately and stuff like that. They just don't fit. And then of course when they did, and this is why I brought up, and this is why I said, speaking of the Shield earlier, when him and Seth Rollins did triple powerbomb to John Cena. Now I admit that was pretty beast, especially when that brawl broke out on Raw. And it's just, and speaking of that brawl, like I said, speaking of the brawl and Triple H, I'll get to something else here in a minute. But I don't think they, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like them. Well, with them being J&J Security, I just don't like it as much. I liked it better when they were themselves back when they was, you know what I'm saying? If you guys know what I'm saying, then never mind. But, yeah. That's just my opinion. You guys might have different opinions, but hey, you guys can tell me your opinions. I might agree, I might not agree. But I can still respect it. And speaking of Triple H and the brawl that broke out on Raw too. Lately, to me, it does seem like with that going on and just the product in general, they're slowly. I mean, yes, they're PG, but they're bringing. But the PG are bringing TV 14 elements into it. And I kind of like that because I've always been the Attitude Era type person. I love the TV 14 era when they could actually do shit, they could say stuff, they could do a lot more stuff like that, they could be more edgy and stuff like that. And with the Brawl broken out, they're bringing some, at least I can say with the Brawl that broke out and some other stuff, as me and one of my friends talked about, they're starting to bring back some ECW elements as well. And I liked ECW. I didn't get to I didn't get to watch it back in the older days of ECW, but I did watch the 06 when it was like McMahon had it. But it was still good for what it was. And at least I can say they're bringing at least a hint of that back. They're starting to bring in more weapons. They're starting to go a little bit more extreme with stuff. And like I said, with the Brawl broke out and some other stuff, or Extreme Rules, or not Extreme Rules, but at Survivor Series where Brie Bella kissed AJ Lee. I mean, at least they're starting to bring back some of that old school element that a lot of us older fans like. And by older, I just mean people who actually knows about who actually watch the Attitude Era and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, this week's product I liked. Even like I said with the Sting Triple H thing, figured Sting would have made some kind of statement, but he hasn't yet. And I wonder if there's going to be a Triple H Sting match at WrestleMania, as the rumor has it. But overall, as I said, this product was good. These are my opinions this week. And next week, I'll hopefully end up remembering to watch Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. Be back at you tomorrow with maybe another video, hopefully. If not, then I'm sorry. Because again, there's going to be some lack of videos. But I will be back later today with an announcement video. Actually, probably right after this one, I'll be back. I'll be back with the video, actually. But yeah. Until next time, rockers, live free and rock.